Hello, friends. Welcome back again on the Consistency in Silence YouTube channel. So, in today's class, we will be going to start our new topic, that is denudation. But in today's class, we will be going to thoroughly cover this topic in respect to a prelims, not prelims, but mains question. So, what is that main question? So, please write a question. 15 marker question, 250 words. What are the factors responsible for weathering and what is the significance of weathering in today's world? So this is your question. वापस repeat करना. What are the factors responsible for weathering and what is the significance of weathering? So 250 words, 15 marker question. You have 8 to 9 minutes of time. So our today's topic is denudation. If you notice closely, we have jumped to the next part of that table in the exogenetic forces, which are also known as destructive forces. So in this, the main topic is denudation, and denudation basically means is lowering of Earth's relief. So wherever there is a physical feature or structure on the Earth's crust, with time, gradually it has been lowered down, its height has been minimized. How so? Because of the processes of weathering and erosion. So thus, this is the holistic topic. Inside denudation, we will be covering weathering and erosion. And today's topic is weathering. I have told you the mains question. So, weathering. How will we start the question? We will give the definition. What is the next part asked in the question? The factors responsible. And the last part is the significance. So in these three heads, we will be tackling our questions demand. We have to know the definition of weathering. What is weathering? Weathering is a static process. है क्या weathering? It is a process. और किस टाइप का? It is a static process. क्यों static लगाया है? At the time we study erosion in the next class, then we will know the importance of the static word here. Weathering is a static process which involves physical disintegration or chemical deposition of the material or rocks. So this will be the definition of weathering. या तो आप फिजिकल डिसइंटीग्रेट कर रहे हो, तोड़ रहे हो रॉक को, या द केमिकल कंपोजिशन ऑफ द रॉक्स हैज बीन चेंज्ड. दिस इज द डेफिनेशन ऑफ वेदरिंग. एकदम सिंपल लिखेंगे. देन वी विल जंप टू द फैक्टर्स. Now in factors, we can bifurcate the factors into two: natural and anthropogenic. First, listen to the whole class, then try to attempt this mains question. We have bifurcated factors into two: natural and anthropogenic. In natural, we have the nature of rocks. We have the climatic factors and we have the biotic factors. In anthropogenic, we have various things that have been done by the humans, like land use change, deforestation, mining activities, unsustainable agriculture practices like slash and burn, जिसको झूम कल्टीवेशन बोलते हैं हम. So there are number of things we can add in the anthropogenic. In natural, first of all we have nature of rocks. So basically weathering process will be enhanced in a particular type of rocks. याद करिए, in the previous lecture we have covered the three types of rock. So igneous and metamorphic are hard rocks. So which is soft rock? Sedimentary. So the process will be much easier in these sedimentary rocks. And yet another one we have studied in the previous classes, the jointed rocks. So in both these two rocks the weathering process will be eased. Climatic condition. Now in the climate chapter we will study elaborately the various climatic conditions over the earth. But in this we only have to know the major regions of the climatic zones. So first of all we have the equatorial. In the equatorial part we have the presence of both physical weathering and chemical weathering. These are types of weathering. There are three types of weathering which we will be covering after this: physical weathering, chemical weathering and biotic weathering. So there is a prevalence of both in the equatorial region. Then in the subtropical regions or in the tropical regions we have two things. The first of all the Indian climate, that is monsoon. So in monsoon there is a dominance of chemical weathering. And second we have deserts. How deserts? Because it is a subtropical high pressure zone. What is this phrase? We will study in climatic chapter. Climate chapter. In deserts there is a prevalence of physical weathering. Here we have the chemical weathering. Then we have the temperate regions. In the temperate regions we have the presence of physical weathering. And then we have our polar regions where both type or all three types of weathering as well as erosion also is minimized. Why? Because the earth's crust, the soil has been covered permanently by snow all over the year. So this is the factor in natural. We are studying the climatic factors. So these are the climatic factors which are responsible for weathering. With subdivisions we have completed this topic. The biotic factors. Now there is a kind of twist in the biotic factors. How? Biotic factors also aid in the process of weathering as well as they differ or prevent the process of weathering. How they are aiding? See, plants will dug their root into the soil. Hence the big boulders present inside the earth's crust, they will get cracked by the huge roots of the banyan trees. So hence there is a physical disintegration of rock inside the earth's crust. Hence they will aid. But once they cut through these rocks, they will tightly bind all the soil which is in vicinity of the roots. Hence वो यहाँ भी आ जाएंगे. They will deter also. The burrowing animals, they will aid. जो गड्ढा खोदते हैं ये सब, they will aid the process of weathering. But with these burrowings they also mix the soil. Their nutrients has been mixed. So एक अच्छी बात भी, benefit भी है. Who is the friend of the farmer? Earthworm. So earthworm as well as some other organisms like lichens, they secrete some of the chemicals when they pass through a region. Thus there is a chemical weathering also over these surfaces. So these are the biotic factors. In the anthropogenic, I don't have to explain all these because these are very important and prevalent terminologies. So hence we have tackled our second demand of our question. Now the significance of the weathering process. There are various significances. अगर आप अपनी अकल चलाएंगे तो सबसे पहले तो yes, the earth has been formed molten state से थोड़ा cool state में आया, So how there will be the formation of soils? Because of weathering as well as erosion. So soil formation. There is a process known as enrichment. See, large amount of metals as well as non-metals are present in the earth's crust, but they are present in such a small quantity that it is not economically viable to extract those minerals. Thus, with the process of weathering as well as erosion, these small groups of the same mineral, with the aid of the agents of erosion, what is the agents of erosion we will study in next class. With the help of the agents of erosion, these will be collected in a single region, like the one which have recently been discovered in the Jammu Kashmir lithium ion reserves. So with the agents of erosion, these will get accumulated in a single region, and now with the extraction of these regions, it is economically viable to collect these things. Understood? आज थोड़ी तबीयत खराब है. Hence, this is known as enrichment process. So, with the aid of the agents of erosion, the small quantity of minerals get deposited in a single region. Hence, it becomes economically viable to extract those minerals. This is the process of enrichment. Then again, it helps in रॉक टूटी, सॉइल बनी. इसी पॉइंट से निकाल रहा हूँ, सॉइल बनी. अगर सॉइल बनी तो इसका मतलब प्लांट्स कैन टेक डायरेक्ट न्यूट्रिएंट्स फ्रॉम द सॉइल. अंडरस्टूड? एक और बात देखिए, सॉइल बन गई, उसमें प्लांट्स आ गए. प्लांट्स डग देयर रूट डीप इनटू द सॉइल. द पेरेंट रॉक हैव developed cracks inside the earth's crust. Now there is a collection of groundwater in that rock. So hence groundwater से भी significance रखता है ये. So these are all the significance of weathering. And in the conclusion part, what we can write? Yes, we can also write that the process of weathering as well as erosion tells us about the vulnerable regions. किसके लिए vulnerable? Landslide vulnerable regions. And by study of such processes, we can avoid the disasters that have been recently seen in the Joshimath region. So this will be our whole class. Mains question हमने कर लिया है. In the next chapter, we will be tackling our mains question of erosion. So till then, if your concepts are getting cleared, please like this video, share it with your friends and subscribe to our YouTube channel. तब तक के लिए goodbye. जय हिंद.